I can't wait to take down that peacock sign. Hey everyone, this is Kevin aka K-Man1 coming at you with another episode of Sly Cooper and... Just kidding, this is Sly 2 Band of Thieves. See, I told you I was gonna accidentally say it eventually. Sly 2 Band of Thieves. In the last episode, we got some more intel on Dimitri and planted a bug in his office so we can continue to gain more information. And in this episode, we're going to be taking on some more missions to take down his operation and making sure this is the one I want. Alright, let's just jump right into the first job.
Hold it, Cooper.
Constable Neyla. Another policewoman hot on my tail.
Please, I led you here.
So that Claw Gang slip was a clue. Why are you helping me out?
I'm not as black and white as Carmelita. I know what a menace those clockwork parts are, and I don't want the likes of the Claw Gang putting them to use.
So what? It takes a thief to catch a thief?
Something like that. But if I'm going to trust you in this case, I need to know that you can keep up. Literally.
Literally?
Don't fall behind.
Alright, and this is going to introduce a new type of mission of chasing Neyla. And Neyla is a really interesting character. I like the whole concept of like cops being willing to bend the rules, work with thieves in order to catch a thief. And she definitely does not disappoint as a character. She makes a very interesting kind of anti-hero, anti-villain, I guess. I don't really know how to qualify her because technically she is a cop, but she also works with thieves. So I don't know where she falls as far as the hero, anti-hero, villain spectrum, but she's definitely a really interesting character. One of my favorites, but definitely not like Murray level. Because that guy, the Murray is just the greatest character in the entire series, if you ask me. So she's not quite on that level, but you know, she's up there. And we'll get more into her character in later chapters of the game. But for right now, she's definitely a little bit more interesting than you might have first thought. And these chase sequences usually take quite a little while, but as we get into later areas and have more like navigation style powers, then we'll really start to get into the fun of it. And I'm kind of derping at all of my moves right now, so...
Well done, Sly. We should work well together.
Glad you approve.
Now, legally, I can't enter Dimitri's nightclub without a warrant. But I happen to have obtained a key to his back door, which a person like yourself can use however he pleases.
Oh, we are absolutely going to work well together.
Alright. I just wanted to complete that job first, because this is going to be our first Bentley mission. And I wanted to unlock it so that I can have him as a playable character. But I'm not going to be tackling that mission straight away because on the way back to the safe house is actually Sly's next job, so it would be silly to just keep running around in circles like that. Plus, this introduces us to a mechanic that I have just been wanting to make use of for so long. Like, they introduced it early, but it's just painful not having it. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and jump right in.
There's the power boxes which route to the printing press area. To take care of them, I'll need you to put a splice clip in those spotlights.
Sorry, Bentley, but those fans are spinning way too fast to walk on.
They can be slowed down from this control panel, but you'll have to do a lot of pickpocketing to get at it. The guards are carrying special fragile keys that will be destroyed if you attack. Make sure you pickpocket their keys before you take those thugs out.
Alright. Yeah, pickpocketing. In addition to missions like these where you're going to need to be pickpocketing keys from guards, pickpocketing is going to be like your main source of income because not only do guards carry coins, a lot of them, if they have like something shining in their back pocket, then they'll also have a treasure that you can take from them. And that's going to be like seriously the main way you get money. Like the treasures and everything, they're nice, but as far as just consistent income, there's nothing beating just normal pickpocketing. So, and it's just been annoying when I've like seen a guard with a treasure in his back pocket, but I haven't been able to do anything about it because I don't want to beat the game to the punch in terms of introducing mechanics.
Check 1, check 2, solid. Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Stand tall and feel beautiful. I hear there's some raccoon dude giving us. If you all spot this crackerbox, bam! Make him unhappy. Take no prisoners. Go hardcore. Extreme all over his face. Okay, peace out.
Alright, so yeah. That is another little bit with Dimitri. Dimitri is probably just like, as far as me personally, my favorite villain in this game. He unfortunately doesn't get as much screen time in the game as I'd like, but he definitely has more than his fair share of quotable moments from this game alone. As you probably saw in last video's end slate. But yeah, Dimitri, he's a standout character. I don't know if it's ever actually explained in-game, but Dimitri apparently learned English from watching American hip-hop videos, because he's originally from some Eastern European country, to my understanding. So he learned English from hip-hop videos, like old ones. So he uses like a lot of weird slang terms that aren't really in common use anymore. And just that with his accent and the fact that he doesn't really understand English, just it makes him just such a monumentally quotable character. So, yeah, Dimitri, love the guy. Wish he had more to do in the game, but there's not really much you can do. Anyways, let's just work our way over to the locks. And see, this is a little bit more justified than in the last game, because these are specifically stated to be fragile keys, so it makes sense that they would break after use. But in the original game, it's just, you reuse the keys all the time. It's not like they're only made for one lock. It's just, yeah, treasure keys in the first game were a stupid mechanic, and I'm glad they did away with them. But I accidentally failed navigation. But it's okay, because this area is pretty small, so there's not much backtracking to be had. Plus, I hadn't run out of stuff to talk about yet, so we didn't have that double whammy of me just being a horrible Let's Player. But anyways, let's just go ahead and interact with this thing.
That should do it. No more security in the printing press room.
Alright. Well, in lieu of ending the episode early, I think I'm just gonna meet you guys back at the safe house as I switch up to the next character. Alright, and I figured since I did just unlock his first mission, I figured it's high time we play as Bentley. And so Bentley, as a character, his big thing is he's gonna rely on trickery and kind of technology in order to be successful. And actually, to kind of spoil his abilities, I'm actually going to open up the power grid right now and just go ahead and equip one of his abilities, because it's pretty much the one I'm going to be using the most whenever I'm playing as him, just because it is really that useful. But, making our way in, waiting for the loading screen. First thing is you're going to hit triangle, and you can pull out a bomb, and boom, there it goes. And then, for your Binocucom, it's also a dart shooter, so if you open it up and press the R1 button, you fire a sleep dart, and it puts the guards that you hit to sleep, and then you can just drop a bomb on them, and boom, down they go. So yeah, that's pretty much your bread and butter is Bentley, putting guards to sleep and then hitting them with bombs.
Hey Bentley, how you holding up out there in the field?
Fine, I'm just fine.
I just need to bomb all the pillars supporting that disco ball and I can get out of here.
What's with taking out the disco ball?
Its impact will shake the nightclub's front peacock sign loose from its mooring. Look, I can't talk now. I've got to keep moving, keep safe.
Yeah, Bentley is ridiculously bad in face-to-face combat situations, but if you're smart and you use your technology to your advantage, then he is basically unstoppable. Like, the guy just wrecks everyone if you know what you're doing. So he's definitely a really fun character to use as far as just overall gameplay. And his power that I just spot is the trigger bomb, where you can throw a bomb at a distance with whatever button you set it to, and you can just re-trigger it, and it'll work just like a normal bomb. So definitely very handy. It lets you pull up a lot of tricky strats, as it were. Plus, the thing with the trigger bombs is they don't explode until you tell them to, unlike with your normal bombs, which just explode after a couple seconds. So, definitely a very useful power-up. One well worth the only 200 coins I think it costs. So definitely a worth investment. And something I feel like honestly should have been a default power, but, you know, sometimes game design just doesn't really make any sense. But anyways, with the last beam destroyed, the ball falls onto the dance floor. I guess you could say Bentley really dropped the ball on that one.
Wow, Bentley, we felt that all the way back here at the safe house. And you were right, the peacock sign had half of its bolts pop off on impact.
I'm not sorry for that pun. I'm not sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this area. But one thing I want to note is that there's a lot of stuff here that looks like this was designed to be a level that Sly played in, but they ultimately just eliminated whatever the mission was going to be. I guess they just ultimately removed it because of time constraints or something. But a lot of the area looks like it was meant to be like a Sly mission. So I don't know what that was all about. But anyways, I'll just go ahead and see you back at the safe house when I switch to Murray. And now we're with our main man, Murray. And real quick, just to show off his new power that I got, it is Fists of Flame. You just use whatever button you tie it to, and then your hand's set on fire, and it'll be an automatic one-hit kill on the next guard you attack. Very useful. Not something I use a whole bunch, just because it's pretty high cost just to punch someone one less time. But it's useful nonetheless, and a good early game power for helping you with some of the fights in the area. But nothing that you'll really end up using for the remainder of the game. But let's just go ahead and navigate towards our next mission, which I don't remember the name of it, and I don't feel like opening the Binocucom to take a couple extra seconds to show you guys. So yeah, you're just getting me running.
Okay, Murray. That alarm horn will tip off Dimitri during our heist. There are 3 of them out here, and I need you to take them out.
Check.
This is going to take some serious muscle, Murray. You're the only guy on the team who can pull this off. Stop to pick things up, then throw it at those alarm horns.
Sorry for the cut, my recording software was being derpy again. But yeah, the thing we're going to want to do in this mission is just pick stuff up and throw it at the alarm. It'll take 3 shots to take each one down if memory serves, so nothing out of the ordinary. And there are going to be 3 alarms scattered throughout the area. So we're just going to be working our way around and taking care of them. And actually it'll be faster to get to the next one if I go this way. So, yeah. As we're working our way around, oop, gonna kill that guy. But yeah, a lot of Murray's missions center around just breaking stuff, which, I mean, as far as a character, he's pretty straightforward. It's mostly just run at your problems head on, which is by no means a problem, because there's something to be said for the more direct approach, even in stealth games. But again, since this is strictly speaking a stealth game, Murray's kind of out of place in that regard, and he ends up just kind of, I don't know, he's just, a lot of the time it feels like Sly can just do all of his jobs better until he gets a couple of his later power-ups. That just make him a lot more playable and a lot more interesting. But that's, I mean, you know, we'll get later in the game eventually, so definitely nothing to worry about. Murray is still one of my favorite characters, both in terms of just gameplay and in terms of just how quotable and how memorable he is. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and smash this, and that will be that.
Okay, fellas, the dominoes are all in place. Time to pull off the big heist. First, Murray will help me break into the old water tower. From there, I should be able to shut down the plaza fountain. Dimitri's sure to send someone out to get the repair truck. Sly, you'll pickpocket the truck keys off this guy once he shows up, then hand them off to me and Murray in the plaza. We'll go steal the truck while you climb to the top of the nightclub's peacock sign. When you're in position, Murray will fire the truck's winch line up to you and will use it to pull down the sign. If my calculations are correct, the impact should create an entrance to the printing press room. Then, Sly, you jump in, grab the clockwork tail feathers, and we all get the heck out of here.